I first saw the story booklet, I was immediately just overwhelmed in worship to see the story of the gospel so clearly portrayed in a way that is absolutely attractive to unbelievers, just the way it looks, but that clearly points people to a theologically rich, biblically strong depiction of God redeeming us to himself through the gospel.
The benefits of the tool that Spread Truth has given us in this booklet, The Story, is that it helps Christians, it helps people in my church share the gospel in a way that connects their story with God's bigger story, and in a way that connects the story of the person that they're speaking to with God's larger story.
Spread Truth has produced some great works, some beautiful things. From the very first time that I touched the story and began to leaf through it, I could tell there was something different about this tool, this being used and being presented to the kingdom. I thought it was a beautiful picture portraying that. It's brilliant.
It's so important that Christ's followers understand the biblical meta-narrative or the overarching story of the Scriptures. It not only helps them as they read each individual story and find application to their life through understanding that each one of those stories really, in a way, points to or tells the story of Jesus.
I will say without a shadow of a doubt, the most exciting approach I've seen in my entire life in ministry to help people understand the greatness of the gospel and to share this gospel in this culture, in this context, is the approach using the story.
I teach courses in both missions and evangelism. I really feel like this is necessary. They need to be able to share the whole story of the gospel. And so I've begun using the resources from Spread Truth in teaching and training, equipping these students to be able to share the story of creation, of the fall, of the rescue, and of restoration.
I think sometimes we kind of assume that because we've come through a journey of our own lives, a narrative of who we are, that we often assume that other people are at that same point in a journey. They need to understand the big picture of what's going on in Scripture. They don't know this story, and they need to know how God is creator and redeemer. They need to know how men and women have fallen and yet that are being redeemed by the power of the gospel.
The benefit of the Spread Truth's approach to just sharing the story of the gospel for me as a lead pastor and for other lead pastors and church planners is to have this creative approach that's still committed to biblical orthodoxy is essential